The following is a special presentation of Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims, alternating the reality of sports and entertainment since 2020. Hello, everybody. Big Pauly coming to you. I forgot to turn my microphone on earlier, so I didn't edit out me talking to just myself. You will know why I was delayed. It's junior welterweight night at the BP Arena, and we have had some undercard action. And I'm going to take frequent pauses, as I did with the baseball game, because I'm recording this right after I did the baseball game. It's actually the afternoon that I am recording this. In our first event, it was Arturo Thunder Gotti defeating Miguel Montia on a very close decision on at least two of the judges' cards. Alexis Arguello used Billy Costello as a pinata, knocked him down several times, and it was a shutout on a couple of the cards, and worse on the third, 100 to 89. I went to middle school, and there was a girl that came in from Phoenix, lived in Tampa, lived at Largo for a bit. And her father was one of the managers of Billy Costello. So that was interesting to know somebody who knows a fighter. Julio Cesar Chavez over Eddie Perkins by decision. Unanimous points decision. A close fight on two of the judges' cards, 2 points, 4 points, 3 points. And we just finished up Antonio Cervantes getting a gift of a decision as he beats Dulio Loy by unanimous, by majority points. It was 96-95 on two of the judges' cards, and a draw on the other. Loy had knocked Cervantes down, hence why I think he might have been robbed. So that brings us to our undercard event for the Americas Championship. So it just happens to be that both these fighters are from North and South America. Nicolino Loach, against Aaron Pryor, who, at least in my time, was one of the great junior welterweights ever. 39-1. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio. Came back. He was 39-0. He made a comeback in the first fight, or there was a fight that he lost. Loach is 117-4-14. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so we're just going to use Loach. He is from Argentina, and the Hawk is from Cincinnati, Ohio. And we will get this fight started for the Americas Championship of the BPBA. This goes, the first punch of note goes to Loach. Throws a hook. Uppercut blocked by Loach. Thrown by Pryor. Cross. And that did not cut Aaron Pryor. We have played out the first minute of this fight. Good culmination by Loach. And a cross. So Pryor taking a lot of punishment here in round number 1. Pryor clinching. They have to separate the fighters. A hook thrown by Loach. Straight punch. Nicolino having a good round and a combination to cap it off. I think it was Loach all the way in that first round. And we'll head to the second. And another hook. So Nicolino keeping the momentum that he achieved in round one. And a good hook there by Nicolino. Combination. And finally, Pryor gets his first punch in of the fight, and we're almost midway through the second round. A hook scores, Pryor taking a lot of abuse here early on. Cross scores for Pryor. Final minute of the second round. And a combination by Pryor, so he's figuring Nicolino out a little bit. Combination blocked that time by Nicolino. And Nicolino seemed to have won the round again. Our regional title fights are 12 rounds. Our world title fights are 15. So on to round 3 we go. Combination for Aaron Pryor to start this round. A better start for Pryor than the first two. They're juking and moving for position. Hook scores for Nicolino Loche, or Loach, or I don't know how you pronounce his last name. I probably should just call him Nicolino. Both fighters jockey for position. I was born to Irish parents, and on my father's side, Irish-Danish. So not being Italian, I guess I don't know how to say his last name. Nicolino scores with the jab. Final minute of the third, and a short cross to follow that up. Pryor comes back to with a cross, but I think Nicolino did enough to win the third round. Scheduled for 12. And off we go. Jab by Nicolino was blocked. Combination, and probably the best punch of the fight by Pryor. A combination scores. And a cross behind that, and Pryor having a good start to the fourth. Jab scores for Aaron Pryor out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Each fighter landing good shots there. Latter half of round 4. A hook for Nicolino. A hook to the body scores for Nicolino. And both fighters with sharp flurries. Last few seconds of round 4. And a hook to the body. Easily Pryor's best round to date. I will give him that fourth round. And our unofficial official at ringside has Nicolino leading 4-0 in rounds, so by 4 points, without any knockdowns or fouls to add to it. Round 5, a jab scores for Nicolino. Hook scores for Nicolino. What's the best fight ever to go just 5 rounds? Cross dodged by Pryor. I'd have to say Foreman and Lyle, 1976. A hook scores for Nicolino. That was the go-to fight if a fight ended early for a while. For ABC, they would show that fight with Howard Cosell, calling it with Kenny Norton. Jab scores for Nicolino. And a counter by Pryor, a combination to the head finds its mark. Nicolino just beating Pryor to the punch early and often in this fight. And a cross scores for Pryor. We have played out 5 rounds. I would say on my card that Nicolino has won 4 of the 5. Round 6 as we head to the halfway point of this 12-rounder. Even exchange starts the round. Hook scores for Pryor. And he tries to fire the jab, but Nicolino dodging that. Hook scores for Pryor again. And tried to hook again, but Nicolino saw that coming. Good cross by Pryor. Possible foul here. Yes, the referee rules a marginal foul has taken place. Good hook for Nicolino to follow up on the foul. Jab scores for Pryor, and that is the halfway point of this fight. It looked like Pryor took round 6 to my eyes. We have it 4 rounds to 2 on my card and on our unofficial ringside official card. Let's head to the 7th. Nicolino with the short cross. And a hook ducked and countered. Pryor comes back, lands a short hook with not a lot of oomph to it. Even exchange there. 2nd minute of the 7th. Uppercut scores for Nicolino. Jab scoring as well. He's having a good round at this point. Straight punch by Pryor. Follows up the jab, but it misses. Straight punch dodged. Jab scores for Pryor. And that was probably the most even round we have had. I'd give the slight edge to Nicolino on that. I have him up 5 rounds to 2 as we head to the 8th. Fighters jockey for position to begin the 8th round. Cross and a good one for Aaron Pryor. Combination scores. Wicked uppercut by Nicolino. And a jab to back that up. Short hook. I'll always remember the uppercut because that was the punch that felled Mike Tyson when everybody thought he was unbeatable. And Buster Douglas became the champ of the world for a bit, a few months in 1990. That jab blocked. Uppercut landed with a thud to the body of Pryor. And a hook to the body. Nicolino's round, if you ask me. Nobody's asking me, though. Our unofficial official has Nicolino up by 2 points. As we head to the 9th, I have Loach up 6 rounds to 2. I only think Pryor won 2 rounds up to this point. He's getting outclassed by Nicolino here. Wild miss by Pryor. Desperation in the Pryor camp. Both fighters landing soft blows there. Cross. And we had to take a second look, see if Pryor was not cut, and he isn't. Uppercut dodged by Nicolino. Combination for Pryor. That was the best punch we've seen out of him for a while. Uppercut scores for Nicolino. Hook to the body. A clinch. Hook to the body. Nicolino getting fatigued, but he's still showing his dominance at the end of round 9. And Aaron Pryor seems to be a lot more fatigued as we head to the 10th. They have Nicolino up 7 rounds to 2. A hook scores for Pryor. He's got to be thinking stoppage here. Incidental contact, no foul, says the referee. Even exchange. 1 point each on that even exchange. So a lot of exchanging going around, almost like a stock market. Hook scores for Nicolino. Straight punch for Aaron Pryor. And a cross. And Aaron Pryor having one of his better rounds we have seen in a while. Cross scores for Nicolino. And the straight punch dodge. I'd give the slight nod to Pryor in that round. So on my card, it's 7 rounds to 3. What is our ringside unofficial official? Seeing he has Nicolino up 2 points And we head to the championship rounds, this being round 11. Jab scores for Nicolino. Cross scores. Nicolino just beating prior to the punch again and again and again. A short cross. Even exchange. The fighters jockey for position. Hook scores for Nicolino, having a good 11th round. Clinching again, the referee has to separate the fighters. There's no two referees in boxing, of course. Maybe there should be. Cross dodge. Jab scores for Nicolino. A very good 11th round. In my estimation, he has to knock out Nicolino to win the fight. I have it 8 rounds to 3. Our judge has it 7-4, our unofficial judge. Final round. Uppercut to the body by Nicolino, cross by Pryor. Referee separating the fighters. Uppercut scores again for Loach. And a hook. He's done a very good job at keeping Pryor at bay all through this fight. The jab dodged by Pryor, or by Nicolino. Good combination to the head, but it comes right at our final bell. I would say Loach won the fight. We'll see. Unanimous decision, 115, 114, 117, 112, 115, 113 for Nicolino Loach, who wins the Americas title. Here's your fight report, and we will be right back in 15 seconds. You're watching the Big Pauly's World of Sports Sims YouTube channel. If you like the video you're watching, feel free to use the Amazon link provided. I'll put it in the description down below. Big Pauly back with you. And it's time for our main event here on Big Pauly's Fight Night. Costa Zoo against Timothy Bradley for the World Championship of the Junior Welterweight division. Costa Zoo calls Australia his home, born in the Soviet Union. Servo, he was 31-2 in his career, but he is suspect to an early knockout. Timothy Bradley, 33-2-1 out of Palm Springs. So this for the world title, going 15 rounds of the BPBA. Off we go. Straight punch misses by Bradley. Costa comes back with the hook, but it was countered by a jab by Bradley. So he'll get the first telling blow of the fight in. Both fighters jockeying for position. Straight punch dodged. Thrown by Costa. Straight punch! And Bradley hurt by that blow. A hook countered, and Bradley landing the jab. Quick uppercut by Bradley. About last 20 seconds of the first round. And that one seemed to have gone Bradley's way. A close but even first round. So 2 good fighters here. They have a combined record of 64-4-1. 38 KOs between the two. Most of them belong to Costa Zoo with 25 fights. 25 KOs and 33 fights. That's what I was trying to say. Bradley with a straight punch and a hook. Trying to find that chin of Costa Zoo. Both men landing there. Combination countered by a straight punch by Bradley. Straight punch by Costa. Hook scores. Straight punch. He has found Bradley's chin again. But Bradley able to shrug that one off. Costa with 8 power. And a combination right back by Timothy. Throws a combination. And both men landing noticeable shots at the bell. I would give the round to Bradley, but slightly. Buckle in, folks. We're going 15 unless we have a stoppage. We haven't had too many stoppages doing the fights. Maybe 1 or 2 at best. And off we go with round 3. Possible foul by Bradley, and the referee being lenient. Bob and weave by Bradley as Costa tries to fire. He lands the hook there, but not a telling blow. Combination to the head by Bradley, who's been keeping the pressure on Costa. A hook scores noticeably. Straight punch by Costa Zoo. Jab scores for Bradley. And Costa comes back with a straight punch. Final seconds of the third. Good hook by Costa, but does no damage. Fourth round action underway. Hook for Costa Zoo. Combination for Bradley. He comes right back firing. Straight punch by Costa Zoo. Hook scores for Timothy Bradley, who seems to be beating Costa to the punch more often than not. Double hook by Costa, and Bradley was stunned. 52 seconds left in round 4. Straight punch, so Costa not able to follow up. But he's having a good round. Even exchange of blows there. And a clinch to end round 4. Looked like Costa's round. At the end of the 5th round, we'll check our unofficial official out for a gander at his scorecard. Sports card. They have baseball cards on the brain, I guess. Hook thrown by Bradley. They have the first 2 telling exchanges of the round went either way, and an even exchange just to make it a little tougher to score. Possible foul by Costa, and it's a marginal foul being called. Zoo is a pressure fighter. Bradley likes to fight on the outside. Straight punch by Costa, and Bradley again stunned. Costa has been able to find the range of Bradley, and Costa cannot follow up, though. Landing the jab, and Bradley allowed to escape. That's going to hunt Costa as this fight goes on. Jab scores for Bradley. Even exchange. Final seconds of round 5. Combination scores. And Costa Zoo seems to be finding himself as the rounds progress. Let's look at the unofficial official. Bradley ahead by 2 points. As we head to round 6. Straight punch for Bradley scores, and scores nicely. And again. Uppercut scores for Costa. Hook to the body. Again, he finds the chin of Bradley. Bradley is again stunned, but the hook was ducked. So Bradley able to find ways to escape. When Costa puts that pressure on. 1:03 left in round 6. And the ref has to separate the fighters. Costa working on the inside. Lands an uppercut to the body. Last seconds of round 6. Straight punch, and again, he finds Bradley. Bradley able to shrug it off. I would say Costa probably won the 6th round. We head to the 7th. Good cross for Timothy Bradley. Referee separating the fighters. And again, now into the 2nd minute of round 7. Good hook for Bradley. And a straight punch to follow that up seemed to have gotten to Costa a little bit. Straight punch for Costa. And the uppercut scores for Bradley. It looked like Bradley's round. And now Costa getting much more noticeably tired. And we have only gotten to through the 7th round. So fatigue will become a factor as the rounds progress. We'll head to the 8th round. If Bradley can keep weathering the storm of the onslaught Costa Zoo is able to bring, he's going to win this fight. Ringside official, our unofficial official, has Bradley up 2 points. 68-66. Hook scores for Bradley. Bradley, just like in our last fight, Michelino was able to keep Aaron Pryor at bay. He's just been able to fire first. The hook scores were about even through that 1st minute of the 8th round. The midway round. Straight punch lands for Bradley. Straight punch right back by Costa Zoo. Uppercut. A solid shot, but Bradley shrugging it off, as has been his wont so far in this fight. His wont, as Howard Cosell used to say all the time. W-O-N-T. Combination for Bradley. Referee separating the fighters. Looks like about an even round. And both fighters landing at the bell. About as even as round as we have had so far in this fight. Bradley seems to be the better man in terms of endurance. The bell about to ring for round 9 here at the BP Arena. Referee separating the fighters. And a hook to the body by Costa Zoo. Hook scores again for Costa. Trying to get momentum to go his way. A straight punch for Costa Zoo. Uppercut scores for Costa. Bradley taking a lot of punishment, but he's beating Costa to the punch, so we should have a good finish to this fight. And an uppercut scores for Bradley, who hasn't had a good 9th round, but he's coming back. A hook. And Costa Zoo with an uppercut to the body. Looked like Costa's round, if you ask me. And Bradley getting more noticeably fatigued as we head to round 10. Bradley fires out a straight punch that scores. And a body-head combination by Costa Zoo. Even flurry there, but both fighters landing good shots. 2nd minute of the 10th. Double hook by Costa Zoo. Can he find the chin of Bradley? A jab there. Didn't really have a lot of oomph to it. Straight punch by Bradley. A very good 10th round here. Hook for Bradley. Possible foul by Costa Zoo, and it's flagrant. Referee scolding Costa. And a hook for Bradley. He might have stolen the 10th round. 10 down, 5 to go. If we go the distance. But both fighters getting a bit wilted. Almost a dead even fight at this point. Our unofficial officials saw the 3rd round even. So after 10, he has Bradley ahead by just 1 point. Stick and move combination for Timothy Bradley. And you got to think he has more in the tank. He landed a long punch there. Short hook. Uppercut to the body, blocked by Bradley. Well done. Marginal foul. Costa racking up the admonitions. Both fighters land there. Final minute of round 11. The fighters jockey for position. Another marginal foul, and the referee has seen enough. A 1-point deduction for Costa Zoo. He's got to mind his P's and Q's the rest of the fight, or he might get DQ'd. That round went to Bradley, but not a lot of action. We'll play out the 12th round. We go 15 for our world title fights. Hook scores for Costa Zoo. Bradley comes back with the straight punch and a jab. Straight punch from Costa Zoo. Uppercut scores for Costa. He's trying to get some momentum going. An aggressive combination. Both fighters unmarked. In the final minute of the 12th, another hook landing for Costa. And a flagrant foul. Could this be a DQ? It will not be. But you got to wonder how much is this referee going to take from Costa Zoo with these dirty shots. A hook lands for Zoo. He won the 12th round in my estimation. We head to the championship rounds. Both fighters really starting to look weary now. Our ringside official gave Costa the win 10-9. You see there in the 11th, Bradley won the round 10-8 after the foul was committed. 13th round. These guys don't go 15 because they fought in the era of 12-round championship fights. Good cross by Bradley. And an even exchange. As we move to the middle of the 13th round, a hook for Costa Zoo. Both fighters juking and jiving. Hook to the body for Bradley. Looked like Bradley's round, but Costa landing a shot with 15 seconds left in the 13th. Even exchange to cap off the 13th round. I would say Bradley won the round by a whisker. And it is just that close, ladies and gentlemen. As you see on our unofficial officials card, Bradley is up 1 point with 2 rounds to play. Let's see how it pans out. Referee separating the fighters as they clinch. And again they clinch. Both fighters tired. Both fighters missing. And again they separate the fighters. We've had a very quiet first half of the 14th. A hook for Costa Zoo. And a straight punch. And Bradley is staggered. Costa may have finally caught Timothy Bradley. Let's see. Clean shot. Bradley still stunned. Hook scores for Costa Zoo. So again, Bradley escapes. A good round for Zoo. And he needed one. This has taken out a lot of both of the fighters. One last look has the fight dead even on our unofficial official card. The climactic 15th round coming your way. And a straight punch dodged by Bradley. Cross blocked by Costa Zoo. He lands the first good shot of the round, a hook. Hook scores for Bradley. This is going to be a real up-in-the-air verdict for our three judges. Cross scores for Costa Zoo. Even exchange. Can Bradley make it out of the 15th? A hook scores for Bradley. Trying to weather the storm. A combination scores for Timothy Bradley. Combination for Bradley. And I have the 15th round even. But how will those three men with the scorecard see it? Our unofficial official gave the 15th to Costa Zoo. Let's see. Bradley, one-on-one judge. And a second. So Bradley is going to win the fight. But it was a split decision. But Timothy Bradley is your BPBA junior welterweight title holder. It was 95-73 for Costa Zoo, but Bradley did enough to win the rounds. Shades of Sugar Ray Leonard against Marvin Hagler in 1987, which some of us remember. I was a Leonard fan back then. So what I'm thinking of doing when we go through the second stage of fight is just put the winners against each other and then have the sixth next best highest take up the undercard. So that is your rankings. These are your rankings heading into the second stage. We'll do welterweights next week. Got some great welterweight fighters. Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard. And you see it there. Hope you enjoyed today's action. Not only with the Big Pauly's Fight Night, but HGBL Baseball before that. Tomorrow, we do OOTP and the Professional Wrestling Tour using Wrestling's Finest. This has been Big Pauly. Wishing you all well. Godspeed. God bless. We'll do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.